Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly selection. And this week, I'm my favorite setup is probably TLT because it's a combo play. First of all, let's look at where we are. We are 99. We lost 100. This is the 20-year Treasury bonds ETF, and US 20-year looks like this. It moves higher. This is a combo play in regards to the macro side with the CPI print. So because of the CPI print will be very low this month, like 3.2, 3.3. The market will get very excited about inflation topping out, and this should make yields drop, and it will make TLT go up. And on Monday, if we get the play out with the gap down and the continued drop that I am foreseeing, this will go even higher to maybe 4.4-ish. I don't know. Let's draw a line here. That should be this one. So let's say 3.2. This goes to 3.2. TLT goes to, I don't know, 98.5 each, let's say. And then the preparation for CPI should make yields drop, most likely down to 4.13 or something like that. Uh, uh, this will still make a higher low and is still bullish, something like this. Let's say like this. But for the time being, it should allow for the rally in equities. Also, especially if we drop further, a new phase of the rally should come without any issues. So the expectation is that TLT would go down a bit on Monday, like 98, let's say, and then continue above 100 because of the rally in in bonds. So it's my favorite play, and the flow side is quite bullish, especially for the short data stuff. And we have uh, 1.5 million in premium for 12 days, put on 100. So this is a huge uh, transaction, like 20,000 contracts. And what this person is betting is that TLT will be above 100 by July OPEX. And I think there's a good chance that will happen. They lose a lot of money, and they have to short a ton of TLT if this doesn't happen. And we also have quite a bit of calls uh, here for above 100, and I think this is quite a good play considering the setup for the macro with CPI coming in. So expect TLT to go to 98, then it should rally above 100 by post CPI. Okay, then we have Carvana. A lot of green here for 30, 35, and 40C, all short dated. It doesn't need to be like this. I can let it be free. Both short term, long term, everything in between. But generally speaking, Carvana is very bullish. It had a 20%, 21% day on Friday, and I expect this to squeeze more to go to 40 without any issues. I don't really like playing meme names and squeeze names, but whatever. You can give it a try if you like. Then we have AA, which is still on the list. And I'll remind you that this is a very unloved name on the option side. And we have 40C, 49.5C, 45C, quite a bit of volume, 40 days out for and with a decent size premium for a name that doesn't really see flows. TA wise is still the same situation as last week. Then we have SOM. Uh, this 110 call, this doesn't matter that much because it's low premium compared to this, but there's quite a bit of volume for 105, 110 came in on Friday with decent size premium, and uh, not that far in the future, like 40 days in the future is August expiration. And we should see this move soon. Then we have FSLR, ton of volume for 200C, 210C, both short term and long term, like 12 days in the future. Then we have 200 days in the future, and so on. Still quite a bit of volume. This is one of my favorite plays for next week. Disney, nothing changed since last week. We have a bit of flows with relatively low premium coming in, and nothing that should move the price yet. But I think it's building towards a breakout, and when it breaks out, it won't look back as well. FCX, same kind of setup as AA. It's a name that doesn't see a lot of volume. This is 50C and 200 days in the future, so 40% out of the money. So it shouldn't cause, even though it's bearish, it shouldn't affect it that much. But we have this for 340K for 42C. It's at 38 now for August. FTSH Farfetch. Lots of volume for 6.5 and 6. Lots of interest. Put selling at 6. So quite bullish. Last week I thought it would go to the trend line. It went a bit lower, but it seems to be bouncing now, and I think it's going to make a run for 7. JD and Baba. Baba had a huge day on Friday. Lots of volume for it and interest. JD is kind of the same. A mix of short term and long term. This is Baba, and premium wise, it's a lot more green than red here, as you can see. And again, the short dated, long dated, a good mix of everything. And JD, same kind of situation. Kind of very short term, but whatever. I think it won't matter. Then we have Lyft. Lots of green for 14C, which is very far out of the money, like 40% out of the money. For 12C, volume premium wasn't that high, but I like this nonetheless. So this is at 10 right now. 12. Where is 14? This is not the level. I'll put the level. Or no, it is something like this. 1477. Looks quite plausible. This is a bull flag. Quite a nice one actually. Something like this. So Lyft should do very well. If it is the move, it should double this. So if we double this, we go to almost exactly 14. No, actually it is above the 14 because I didn't put it correctly. So the size of this should double. Moderna next. Again, nothing has changed. Quite a bit of premium for 140C long term. The interesting one was this one, 122K for 131C for next week. And 131 is like 10% out. It's for 118, and this is 141. This is the level. Still to get to 141 from where we closed on Friday, it's 10%. So maybe someone knows something. This is still a very good TA-based play as long as you don't go very short dated and crazy. This should move soon. PayPal. We had this 275C. It's a 66 now. Coming in on Friday. 60C, 90C, 77, 75. These two are the important ones. And generally lots of green here. Snap, same situation. Premium wise, 12, 25. This is kind of delusional, but whatever. So a lot of volume for 12 and 12.5. That is reasonable and quite plausible that we get there. Let me make actual trend lines. Can still see this going lower to the trend line from a TA perspective, something like this. But when we get to the trend line, it's a definite buy long. ENPH. ENPH doesn't look that good, but I think there was, yeah, we are at 166. TA wise is a very good buy at this level and holding on the horizontal support. And there was short-term flows for 175C 5 days out, like here, 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 here. And while not extraordinary, they are of note. And this is a very short-term play. Again, if you want to go longer term, go longer term, but just this move up is enough to do like a weekly. And last but not least, AMC, which is a bearish bet with a shit ton of red and huge premiums. Someone wants AMC below 4, and they put like 4 million upfront for 26 days DTE, 4 million. And there's more, even 22.5C. The interesting play here, aside from the immediate short-term drop, is that this will have to be collected at some point. So let's say we drop below 4. How much did they pay? They paid 139. So if they hold up to expiration, this has to be 2.6 just to break even. Because of this, I don't expect it to be held to expiration. Like AMC would have to crater. It has to get to this level just to break even for that guy. So I would expect the move to happen quickly. Otherwise, this is a horrible play. And for this one to be break even, it would have to be 2.08, even worse. Actually, no more because they bought it at 425. But it's not. It's just 5-6 cents above current level. So I expect those two plays to be uh, to get out of the play relatively soon. So let's say next week in the first 2 days it drops. I think they will get out of the play, and when they get out of the play, this will be a huge rebound move. I expect AMC to squeeze like crazy when the drop starts. I expect it to squeeze like crazy up. So TA wise, we have this area here between 3.69 and 3.20, which is a gap fill and a demand area. We haven't gone to this area. We tried to get to it at some point, but we didn't. And it's a monthly or weekly demand zone. I don't remember exactly. And I think it can do something like this. So regardless of if you play this short, let's say we get to 3.5, and then it bounces, it should squeeze out and break out in a very significant way. This would be 375. I think it overshoots. We can also draw it like this and might be better. like a broadening formation. Too much. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Something like this. So we go down, and they will take profits on puts, all these people, or some of these people, because the premium is very, puts are very expensive for IMC. And when that happens, we should get a squeeze move going up. I would expect when these people take profits, they will get some calls as well. And this should cause a large squeeze of like 20 to 40% at least on AMC when the downside move is exhausted. The ones I didn't put in this week is AMD. Flows didn't look that well. I don't think Nvidia will do well next week, or I don't think it will do very bad, but not good either. So I think based on the flows, I expect a sideways movement between 110, 111, and 116, 117. So it's going nowhere for another week, and I don't want to play it. Footlocker, no new flows. It seems to be bleeding down. I think we get a retest of the lows, and I think the buy point will be on the dividend date. So I expect a slow bleed out until the dividend date. Maybe we make new lows, maybe we don't, but then this is a buy point and it should start moving up again after that. And Rivian, I have no idea what it's going to do. It squeezed too much, don't want to be near it right now. When I think it's going to become interesting and when it drops, because when it drops, it's going to drop a lot. Let's say we had the top on Friday. I would expect it to drop to this point. And when it gets to this point, again, people will get into puts. They will take profit on puts on the way down. And when they take profit on puts, they will most likely buy calls again, and it will have another move up. An example is Sophie, like this. It squeezed, then it turned down, it dropped a lot, and then it had a strong bounce. Even if it made a higher low, a lower high, sorry, this is still like 20%. And Riv is expected to do the same. And of course, this is relative to how high it goes. So let's say it goes to here, sorry, to 28. I would expect the drop to be to 21 and then bounce, and we see afterwards. But for now, I'm out and I have no idea what I've been out for a while and don't know what he's going to do next. Okay, that's it. Have a good day. Bye bye.